Hey, what's up, my good peoples? Hope all is well. Um, yes, one love, my good peoples. What's up, my good peoples? Hope all is well. Hope y'all doing all right. Happy holidays to y'all for what it is. You ain't necessarily gotta celebrate the holiday, as they call it, the pagan holiday, but you sure can celebrate your existence, your family, and the fact that you are still alive and you still getting it, you still moving, you still maneuvering, especially after everything that has taken place on this land. You feel me? Some, some say it's just um a planet. Some feel like it's their home. You feel me? Some feel like that you know, it's just a place of abode that they having an experience or they having an experience. But anyhow, I'm gonna share my screen with y'all. I'm gonna share my screen with y'all, and I'm gonna show y'all how to. I'm gonna show y'all how to. We're gonna start a new tab. I'm gonna show y'all how to go get y'all's nationalities for those that want to be not necessarily private citizens, but tie themselves back into their their indigenous capacity. You feel me? Or their sovereign. You know what I'm saying? Standing in their sovereignty. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about this process here after I show y'all, and then I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it and what I think about it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So you go over here to Dr. Alim El Bay. You feel me? And one love to the Honorable Chief Dr. Alim El Bay, one of the greatest. You feel me? The biggest, the chief of the tribe. You know what I'm saying? I got my nationality, um, and it's accounted for. You know what I'm saying? But one love to the United Washita family. They put in numerous efforts to get to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? To keep the tribe together. Cause you gotta, like I said, I'm gonna express after I show y'all how to get how to go declare your nationality. So you go, you type in Dr. Alim El Bay. That's the website. You know what I'm saying? And then you go all the way down and you go to reclamation process. Okay, you go to reclamation process. United Washita D. Doug Dominion Moore Nation. Sky. Um, okay, you go scroll. You can read. I advise you to, read what you're getting yourself into. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you already know by way of spirit. Uh, you know what I'm saying? But read, you know what I'm saying? But read, make sure you reading. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you reading. You know, you go all the way down. I mean, you go to the not necessarily down, but you come to this point of the page, and United Washita Reclamation Proclamation process is $444. Uh, you can get the law class because essentially, you know, the process of proclaiming your nationality ties into law. You know what I'm saying? And which is what you are as an indigenous being. You are the law. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you are the law. You're not below it nor above it, but you are the law. You know what I'm saying? Uh you are the initiator, you know what I'm saying? You are the one who is supposed to be carrying out the laws on this land because it's your land. You feel me? If you melanated carbon being, then more than likely you are an indigenous being. You know what I'm saying? You are more, you know what I'm saying? This is part of your home. This is part of your creation. You feel me? But you can get this thumb drive for $20. This thumb drive got almost everything you need on it. You come over here to the United Washita Reclamation Information Form. Um, put in your government information, your government birth name, which is gonna be your name in all caps, which is what's on the birth certificate. Uh, the birth certificate is considered a bond. You feel me? Which is a financial instrument. Okay. Then you come over here. You come at the next insert. Put your indigenous Appalachian tribal spiritual name in, which is the name that you received through the spirit by way of your ancestors. And only you know that. You know what I'm saying? Only you know that. You the only one who know your tribal spiritual name. You know what I'm saying? You will receive it in the spirit, by way of meditation, by way of going through life. It could be your nickname, you know, in accordance with your tribe. You know what I'm saying? And your tribe, your tribe. Oh yeah, you can come over here to the young elder and get some of this information too. He does really great at putting this information together. You know what I'm saying? You see El, Cosmo, lawgiver, legislative branch, Bay, governors of the land, enforce laws of Elohim, executive branch. I'm gonna come back to this slide though. Um, Finish walking y'all through this process. Says, would you like both your name and appellation on your nationality card? You can choose yes or no. I guess the address that you desire that you reside at. You know what I'm saying? Or the address that you want to put on your indigenous appellation card. You know what I'm saying? To receive correspondences. Put your phone number, your email, referred by. You know what I'm saying? You can put my name in there. Monte, Coop, Ra, Mon, Monty Coop, Monte Coop, Monty Coop, however you want to say it. Netaru L. You feel me? Or you can just put Monty Coop. They should know who I am. They supposed to know. Okay. Because I got my nationality. I'm not just walking you through a process that I haven't done. It says, please upload a front of you a picture of yourself for your nationality identification card. You put your height in, your eye color, your weight, your hair color, date of birth, county. Upload picture here for nationality card, and then upload receipt. And if you already a national, um, and you lost your identification card, you can come back and get you another one. You know what I'm saying? Forms, the forms you need to upload is your name, your last name, your email, your telephone. Upload social security card front. Upload your social security card in the back. Upload birth certificate front. Comment any comments you want. You can get silver bond certificates. You can get the indigenous aboriginal online law classes. You can get the asset protection. Uh, you know, you can get the asset protection, which involves, um, different various affidavits, UCC financial statements, and all that good stuff. And get your family trust. They'll do your family trust for you. Um, you can get your executor letter. You feel me? You can get your executor letter, which is the affidavit that you send to the state, um, giving them notice of what you want to give them notice for. Okay. And then you can get your 98, your Form 98 series trust number. You know what I'm saying? Do your research on all of these things. Make sure you reading. Um, Make sure you reading what you're getting yourself involved in. Learn about those that you are getting yourself involved with. Essentially, it's your family. You know what I'm saying? Your cosmic family. You feel me? But it ain't nothing wrong with doing the extensive research to learn. That's Crown Prince, Dr. Saru Aline New Tupac El Bay. That's his wife, Crown Princess Kadera Ma'at Tupac El Bay. You know what I'm saying? One love, and honors. Um, let's continue on. Primary Chief Moshe Tahuti El Bey, you see, primary chiefess, Mecca El Bey, primary chief Fahim, TT Ritterine El Bey, primary chiefess, Aset Najaya, Israel Bey, you see, you got primary chief Alchemy Tupac, Israel Bey, primary chief Fuquan Southern Star, Allah Bey, you feel me? You got Atarif Ankh El, paramount chief, you feel me? Of the Twa clan of Yamasee Native American Moors, United Nation, International Ambassador of the Indigenous Affairs for the United Washita D. Doug Demanion Moore Nation. You feel me? Um, you got the brother, uh, you got the brother Sakim Gilani Kalfani Bay. You feel me? You got Elohia Bay. You got Zephyr, Zeph Hania, Tunica Bael. Got Okun, Lawan, El Bay. You got Prince John Washington. Yahuna, Washita El Bay. You got Segmet, Amatu Allah Bay. You got Hof Healy Bay. You got Sakara Fahim El. You got Lakima Atab Biara Roli Bay. You got Darshan Ariel. You feel me? You got these beautiful beings, man. And they put this work in. Do you hear me? It's national movement. It's a real movement. This ain't no fairy tale funny games. This is real life. This is real life. And we finna go into it on how I feel about it. And the reasons why I say this is real life, because first of all, let me get this screen back up, y'all. This is real life because, hey, this is real life because it's real life because of the fact that as a more, what should I just start with, y'all? It's real life based on the strength that think about yourself and how you just appeared on this land and you already subjected to corporate status because the United States is a corporation. Okay. So any licenses that you have with these folks is contractual, meaning therefore you have to contract with them to do business in their jurisdiction, commerce, commercial. Okay. When you was born, as they say, your mama signed some paperwork. She basically signed the contract. She signed the birth certificate. That gave that's the a title. That's the allodial title to you, to your body. You feel me? Or it's just made out of this. Just I mean, essentially, yeah. I mean, it's a title. It's a title of ownership. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a certificate uh to your being. You feel me? That's what they say. But Just from one perspective. Really, it's just a title. It's a certificate because obviously there's sorcery right there, where somebody went in, typed in some words, put descriptions and details of your makeup and who you are supposedly are, but it's really null and void because depending on the information has to stand as true and accurate. So it's only valid from different perspectives, right? So it can be valid or it can be null and void, depending on the circumstances. But the fact that you didn't sign it, and your government name is on it, is really not applicable. You see what I'm saying? To a certain degree. Um, but how I feel about it, I'm on some real sovereign. I feel like no motherfucking paperwork can determine your sovereignty at all. That's how I feel. You feel me? That's how I feel about it. And I'm gonna tell you something. This more life, people have lost their lives trying to get this information to you. I mean, lost their lives trying to get this information out to you as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Information costs, and some people die. You know what I'm saying? Or they think they died, or you think they died. We don't die, we multiply. But I don't really want to put that out there in the universe about dying and all that, because that's not even the type of time I'm on. But more what I'm going into is that it's people. It's if I can just give the truth, yes, people have died. Fuck it, why not? People die. It's people in prison, all type of different shit to try to get this information out to you. You feel me? And this is why it's important that you stand in your truth. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you got to go report and give notice to some motherfuckers to tell them that you no longer a corporate slave or a corporate entity or corporate fiction, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, true sovereignty paperwork don't exist where true sovereignty is. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends how you see about it. Cause it's like, oh, it's like it's almost like, damn, your rights were stolen from you before you even came into a knowing that your rights are stolen, and then you got to go back in and put the same motherfuckers that's oppressing you and put them on notice and tell them that you're no longer shadow property, you're no longer uh under their jurisdiction. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But if you want to play along the little game, this corporate game, and if you want to play along with shit, so be it. Um, so be it. But if this is how the world is operating and functioning, then go do what you got to go do, make it make sense, and handle your business. You know what I'm saying? If it make you feel better, because you be damn if you do, and you be damn if you don't. The last thing you want to do is not do the process and still get the shit end of the stick versus doing a process and being on the upper level, you know what I'm saying, uh, of what's going on. But again, true sovereignty in my world, true sovereignty is where you ain't putting nobody on notice about who you are, what you are, and how you finna get it in on your land. Cause if we go over here to John, if we go over here, let me see if make sure my screen is sharing with y'all. Yeah, add to the stage. If we go back over here to this information, John Henry Clark tells you, As Dr. John Henry Clark stated, we are the people. We are a people searching for a nationality. A name of a people must relate them instantaneously to land, history, and culture. And when you think instantaneously to land, you think of nationality. Let's look at the definition of land according to the Black Laws Dictionary, fourth deluxe edition. Land in the most general sense comprehends any ground, soil, or earth whatsoever as fields, meadows, pastures, woods, moors, waters, marshes, verses, and heath. The word moors is embedded in the definition of land. You cannot get more in the words of Dr. John Henry Clark instantaneously than this. Land is the foundation of nationality, and the name Moor symbolizes the birthright, ties, or heritage. Ties just Ziguinius, or heritage just Sola. In international law, Negroes, blacks, and colors in the said United States corporation are listed as stateless, i.e., landless, or are we? According to law, here land cannot be sold. So I just told y'all that the United States is a corporation, right? The United States is a corporation, and so-called Negroes, blacks, and colors within that corporation are listed as stateless, i.e., landless. Therefore, meaning that there's no solid structure, there's no solid ground for you to truly stand on um, when you're doing any type of um, yeah, you just have there's no standing, there's no true standing when you operating under their jurisdiction, especially when you in the courtroom. Because when you go into the courtroom and you know there are statutes, codes, policies, and procedures and rules and regulations is predicated upon the birth certificate, right? It's predicated upon a birth certificate, which is connected to the Social Security, um, which is connected to the Social Security Administration. So, so basically, when they charging you, when they say, "Oh, you've been charged with such and such," whatever the charge is, they're basically they're basically implying that you have violated one of their policies, or you have violated one of their statutes, or you have violated one of their codes of some kind that's within their jurisdiction. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that that policy has been violated, then comes behind that is consequences for for breaking one of those rules. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is policy procedures. That's what they do. That's what goes on in the corporate world. Like when you go work a job, that's what's going on. And when you go work a job, right? What they got for you to a basis is they got policies, they got procedures for you to follow to do the job safety, and they got rules and regulations for you to follow to maintain a safe workplace. You feel me? So it's the same process in this so-called government, again, which is a corporation. The United States is a corporation, and America itself is the land, which is you, or more, black or more. Um, you feel me? So, so you must be what you are experiencing, or you must be what you living on. If you live on the land, then you are the land. You know what I'm saying? And the land is pure. The land, if we can go to the Bible, and it says that God created the heavens and the earth. Well, the thing is, the earth was made and it was created. It was basically created in darkness. When it was discovered, it was in darkness, and it was void. It was basically water. You feel me? There's other information to tell you that the waters was here before God. You feel me? So the water itself must be the creator. You feel me? And what have you. But thing is the earth is pure, then that means that the beings that live on it is also pure. You know what I'm saying? By way of choice. You know what I mean? That's another topic though. But yeah, this is just to get you to get you on the forefront of how to go declare your nationality again if you choose to go through that process. You know what I'm saying? That's the the sovereign movement at this moment. Again, in my personal opinion, um, there in my personal opinion, the fact that you are created from the most high and God was before the word, God was before words, and God was before any type of paperwork, which is who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? That's true sovereignty right there. You know what I'm saying? There's people in the world that don't know nothing about how to read nor write, and they still living, they still exist with or without paperwork. They in the Amazons, they in the tribes, they live off the land, they live off the grid. You don't even know about them until someone goes to discover that they there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no means of no paperwork, no none of that. But as far as this American corporation and distinguishing yourself from it is definitely essential. You know what I'm saying? Because if them folks come knocking on your door, trying to basically claim ownership over you and trying to force you to maneuver or move a certain type of way, try to remove you from your home or remove your property, you must be standing in a sovereign capacity to tell them, hey, you have no jurisdiction over me to move me. You feel me? You have no jurisdiction over me to move me in any type of way. You can't take me. You can't do nothing with me. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing with my land, especially if they own your land, on your property. You feel me? Because your land and your being is not part of their jurisdiction. So therefore, what's in their jurisdiction? Again, they're a corporation. So if they're a corporation, it's just like any other corporation that's out here. They got employees. So this is what the police officers, they got social security. They got birth certificates and they got social security numbers, correct? So with it being that they got social securities and birth certificates, they are subjected to being an employee because they receive financial compensation, they receive income, and they file W-2s. So they file W-2s, they just got a certain type of immunity because of they have a certain type of immunity because um you know because they're carrying out the statutes, codes, policy, rules, and regulations for this corporation. So they get a certain type of immunity to be immune from um certain procedures and policies. You know what I'm saying? So but essentially they're employees carrying out they're basically considered employees carrying out the procedures and policies for this corporation if the rules therein is broken. You see what I'm saying? If you don't abide by those rules, it's not natural law, it's not indigenous law, it's not God law. These is man-made. um what's within that corporation is man-made. It's not the true law of the land. You feel what I'm saying? But it's there for its for its reasons. You know what I'm saying? Either to control the people or to actually carry out, safety for the land or what have you. But um yep, so that's that process. Again, it's the process. I walk y'all through it one more time before it's all said and done. Uh you go to Google, you feel me? Or whatever search engine you use, type in Dr. Alim El Bay, you feel me? Click on the link, You can go to the reclamation process all the way at the bottom, click on the tab, reclamation process, and just walk yourself through it. Again, make sure you're reading, make sure you're reading, so you can learn more about yourself. And then you get to this process, to this part, to this point of the page. Again, the United Washita Reclamation Proclamation process, $444. Add to cart. Make sure you get that thumb drive, especially if you really want to get in there and really learn this information. That's going to be essential to your knowledge, to your knowing, to your education. I would for sure I suggest that by all means. If you want to take the law classes, you can get in there and get into them law classes. Again, input your information, put your information in each tab. Make sure you put the correct, accurate information into the tabs. Uh, don't just double check it, but triple check it. Make sure it's accurate, and make sure you don't have no uh typo errors. Make sure there's no errors in your in the typing. You see what I'm saying? Because you want to make sure this information is correct, especially when it comes to your identification card. I mean, really all of it. You want to make sure all of it is correct. From the government birth name to your indigenous Appalachian tribal spiritual name, uh, just everything. Address, city, state, zip code, country, phone number, email, height, eye color, weight, hair color, date of birth, county. Make sure you uploading the pictures that you want to be on your nationality cards. So you don't gotta, do it right the first time. You're gonna be on your way to success. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you uploading the right forms. Again, make sure that all this information is accurate and get you the civil bond certificate. Again, online classes, asset protection, the family trust, the executor letter, the 498 series trust number. If you got the if you got the if you got the financial means to get these these attributes, then go right ahead. I highly suggest it. By all means, again, make sure you're reading, watch the video. You know what I'm saying? It's all type of information. It's so much information. And my whole thing too is, y'all, is like when it comes to this movement, right? It's like when I first got into the movement, I was real big on like, man, if there's even a process of any kind that you gotta go through, then it must be truth to it. You know what I'm saying? You just don't have information out there and not hold truth. You don't just have information out there again that where it don't hold truth. You know what I'm saying? So if you can even go through the process, if there's a process to even go through to 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 anything you do in life, then there must be information to obtain within that process. You see what I'm saying? So this process again is just showing you that um I don't like to say it, but where a group of people don't went in and has stripped the peoples from, you know, certain type of information. And that all ties back into, you know, books being burned, books being burned. Um in the ancient days where, group of peoples was, running around disliking a certain people, and they was um burning books, burning buildings, burning people's homes. You feel me? And you lose all of this good information in the process of, um, like in Oklahoma, Tesla, Oklahoma, when they burnt down, you know, the success that was in that area. You know what I mean? Black Wall Street and what have you. You think of, you do it a couple times to a people, And this information is not backed up by, back then they didn't have uh technology wasn't that high. They didn't have goddamn motherfucking they didn't have USB flash drives, and I mean they probably did, but man, this technology really, as far as this realm goes, technology really just came about just maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. When I was in elementary, they was using floppy disk, you know what I'm saying, to save work. You feel me? You still had box TVs, you know? I mean, flip phones wasn't even a thing then. So you talking about a peoples where technology, and if we even go back to the more ancient days, back to Kemet, you feel me? Ancient Egypt, yes, technology was really high then. They was flying around in saucers and all that good stuff. So history tends to repeat itself. So it's like technology was high, and then you had the flood that happened and what have you, and you got to start all over. You know what I mean? You got to start all over. So we talking about our peoples. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I told y'all last night, the Moors are responsible for the Tartarian Empire. The Moors are responsible for, uh, the Tartarian Empire, the use of free energy, how to, basically power your homes with solar energy. The Moors is responsible for civilization. You feel me? The Moors is responsible for civilization and where it stands today. The Moors is responsible for civilization and where it stands today. And I ain't gonna lie, I be having my moments with this shit, cause it's some days I wake up mad in the motherfucker about all this shit. Cause it's just like, bro, what the fuck? It's like, damn, why the fuck I gotta go in and do all this shit? Like, I should already be on, what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say where I should already be, but I just be mad. I be mad, bro. I be mad in the motherfucker, but I be grateful at the same time. 'Cause it's like ain't nothing to be mad about, cause there's so many people, there's so many walks of life, and so many people going through shit. Motherfuckers ain't even got their motherfucking freedom out here. Motherfuckers has been fucked up out here, man. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit done happen in this world. So it's just like, yeah, you can't do nothing but be get up and just have gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Just be grateful for everything that is, and just make it make sense, Brody. You feel me? But we own her. So here are five Kushite Cometian Moorish names that ties Indians, Indios, Indus blacks to the sovereignty of America. El Bay, Day, Al, and Ali. You feel me? So to help y'all really understand that, let's see for my people from Louisville, Kentucky, what y'all think Muhammad Ali did? His birth name that's on his birth certificate was Cassius Clay. So when he converted to Islam, you know what I'm saying? When he converted to Islam, he was tying himself back into the tribe. He obviously got the information, and he was tying himself back to the tribe. That's how he got the last name. That's how his tribal last name became Ali, because Ali is one of the five tribes. Again, El, Bay, Day, Al, and Ali. You feel me? These five names belong to the five civilized tribes. These tribes are El, Cherokee, Bay, Choctaw, Day, Seminole, All is Creek, and Ali is Chickasaw. If you live in Louisville, then you know you got Chickasaw Park. You feel me? This land is so ancient, y'all. We living on ancient land, because we are. We've been here for so long, trillions and trillions and trillions of years. We didn't just we just didn't just come about yesterday or just in this lifetime. We've been around for so many years. We've been doing this for so long, and we've been asleep. You know, we're in a state of amnesia. You feel me? We're in a state of amnesia. Uh, so we must get this information back to where we once had it.
Excuse me. So sorry to interrupt, but I was overhearing your conversation as I was studying. And we were talking about the books and how over time they burn books and stuff and
Yes,
how it
ma'am.
happened to certain people. And one of the books that I thought about, the Bible, was one like that.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just wanted to give you this because I just read something that made me think that
Okay.
it's actually a verse and it talked about that, how things will fade, but something that'll last forever.
Right, right.
So
Thank
you
you.
finish, I gotta go. But anyway,
Yes,
continue
ma'am.
your
Thank
thought.
you.
That was
Thank
good.
you. Yes, ma'am. What you be studying? You study a lot? You
I
do?
study a lot. I just feel like you have to hear a lot of people talk that deeply anymore, especially being young.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
gotta, you gotta, I don't know, be willing to be open minded to a lot
Yeah.
of things. Because if not,
You really you for sure gotta go into the mind, you
exactly.
know? And it's
I do like the insight too. It's pretty interesting.
okay.
Finish your thought. Sorry.
Are you cool? You cool? I'm actually doing the I'm actually doing the live. I'm recording. Yes. I said you gonna be in there. you on you on Facebook? You don't do the social media? That's cool. Okay.
Finish your life.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Have a good one. God bless you. Hmm. That's awesome. JW.org. Let's see what that's about. Let me finish reading this to y'all though. So, damn, I should have got her number. I should go. I had to go make sure I secure that network, that communication line. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's about networking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about networking. So let's continue on reading.